up, everybody? Welcome to 68 episode number of the Monday Night Wars Save. I, of course, am always the man with 1,004 holds, Chris Jericho, and joining me as always is the Iceman, Dean Malenko, Jmack Gaming.
Hello.
And today we are running some WCW Nitro. Aren't we, buddy?
Yes.
It's gonna be a great time. So without further ado, let's watch the show, man.
Okay. I will make you tap out.
All right. So the show starts with a pre-show match. Goldberg defeats Mortis in 3:35 with a spear. This is the one that Jmack set up.
What the
Got a C-.
What happened?
That wasn't enough psychology, apparently. Goldberg had a 94 ring performance, though, so that's pretty cool. And then this is the pre-show match I set up. Sid Vicious, Big Show, Tommy Dreamer, and Saturn. I simmed it because I didn't care. And Big Show beat Tommy Dreamer with a choke slam. So, good shit there.
Was it good shit? I'm echoing anyway.
I mean, it got a B-, so I mean, that's pretty good. So, all right, so the show starts. The NWO come out along with the Hart Foundation.
And Six.
Six is with the NWO, but Six comes out, and Hogan, Brett, and Bischoff, and Nash, they're all kind of talking about how, Brett says, if you can't beat him, you join him. And then Hogan says, the NWO, brother, is the most dominant faction in professional wrestling. Nobody can stop us. And now that we have Bret the Hitman Hart and the Hart Foundation, the other most legendary faction in wrestling, nobody can touch us, brother, Bischoff says. And now that the NWO is probably the strongest it has ever been, we want to call out Randy Savage, Sting, Scott Hall, Larry Zbyszko, and any wrestler to ever come to WCW in the future that thinks they can defeat the NWO. Take a good look at the men in this ring. This is what greatness looks like. This is what dominance looks like. We will end your career, and we will do whatever we can to make your life a living hell. Kevin Nash says, back when I had money, I was able to buy whatever I wanted. But now I still get whatever I want because I'm part of the NWO. And we're just getting started, all right? All you champions that aren't part of this group, I hope you enjoy your gold while you have it, because we're coming for each and every single one of you. And then each one of them say something. I'm not going to get into it because I don't really care. Then they all too sweet each other, and Hogan yells at Horace, and they leave the ring. Got a 99. After that match, or after that commercial, we go to a match. Not after that match. Sabu versus Raven for the hardcore title. With a triple jump moonsault, Sabu defeats Raven. It doesn't hurt that right before that moonsault was hit, Goldberg speared Raven, and costed him the hardcore title.
Nice, so Sabu.
So Sabu, new hardcore champion. And then after that, Goldberg grabs the microphone and says, Raven! I cost you your hardcore title, and at the pay-per-view, I'm going to cost your television title too, because it's going to go to Goldberg. Raven grabs the microphone, or not grabs the microphone, Raven has his own microphone and says, Goldberg, you fucked with the wrong guy. And he says, you want me at the pay-per-view? I said you have to beat every Flock member. You got lucky and managed to beat Chris Benoit. But the trial that I'll have set up for you next week, you'll be lucky to walk out alive. Goldberg, you will never, ever challenge me for this title, and you will never, ever, ever beat Raven. And then the lights go off, they come back on, and Raven's gone.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean. I look at these two sexy motherfuckers. So, This match starts.
What?
Jericho and Malenko are in the ring.
Steven Regal?
Exactly. Jericho says, "Welcome all you Jerichoholics to the first installment of the highlight reel. The Masters of 1004 Holds are the greatest tag team in the world. And we have the greatest talk show in the world. Right, Dean?"
Right.
We're like the Regis and Kelly of wrestling. I, of course, am Regis after all. And we are going to have the greatest show, and we have the best guests. They are arguably, besides us, of course, the greatest tag team on Nitro, Fit Finlay, Steven Regal, the New Bloods. And they come down to the ring. Regal says, "Thank you for having us." Finlay says, "I love to fight." And then
I
Jericho
love
says,
the fuck.
"Well, there'll be no fighting. We're fucking here because we want to talk about the tag team division." And they shoot on all the other tag teams, how shitty they are. And they save it and go, "But I think the worst tag team of them all is that Harlem Heat, Jabronis, Steven, what do you agree? What do you think?" "I agree, Christopher. I think Harlem Heat are a disgrace to the tag team division. They're both a couple of wankers." And then the Harlem Heat come out and Booker T says, "Sucker, what you say? You gonna call us wankers? Well, you're a bunch of fuckers." And Booker T says, "How about we get in that ring and we kick your ass?" Stevie Ray says, "Yeah, sucker." And they run into the ring. And but they're not alone. Another tag team comes out to help them, which sets up this next match. A 4-on-4 tag team match between Harlem Heat and the Faces of Fear versus the New Bloods and the Master of 2004 Holds. It was a decent little match, and Booker T defeated Fit Finlay with the Harlem Hangover to win the match. Got a C+. Booker T had an in-ring performance of almost an 80. Jericho had an 80 performance. So Chris Jericho and Booker T, obviously the stars of this show,
And
of
the
this
Barbarians were
program.
the weak ones.
So what?
And the Faces of Fear were the shit ones.
They don't get that much exposure though, so I wanted to give them something to do.
Alright.
So perfect. Scott Steiner comes to the microphone, says, "I just want to say how horse shit it is that the big bad booty daddy doesn't have a match tonight and wasn't even on the card. I wasn't even supposed to get this ring time. But I took it, because Scott Steiner takes whatever the fuck he wants to take. And I've got a fucking live microphone, and I say whatever the fuck I want to say, and all you pieces of shit fans can just sit there and deal with it. Scott fucking Steiner. Scott fucking Steiner. Scott fucking Steiner. Next week, I want to imagine if I don't get it, I'm going to kick the shit out of anybody who gets in my way. Scott fucking Steiner. I'm going to go have sex with this hot broad that I took from the back and show her what happens when the big bad booty daddy wraps her around the largest arms in the business." And then he leaves. And that got a B+, 85. So perfect. Scott Steiner just shooting from the hip. We go to commercial. What do you think about that? What do you think about that promo, Dean?
Good.
Oh, good. I agree. And about that decent wrestling,
Yeah.
but didn't have much heat. Conan defeated Juventud in 608 with the Ziploc.
Oh, the Ziploc.
With the Ziploc.
Oh, the injury that Conan worked through took a big toll.
Oh, that's okay. I got him a B-. After that match, Alex Wright runs down to the ring, and he first hits him in the head with a microphone. Then he cuts a promo saying Conan messed with the wrong guy. You know, he wanted to get involved in his affairs. He may not have a mask, but it doesn't matter because he's going to take more than just his. He's going to take something worse. He's going to take Conan's pride, his confidence. Because not only is he going to beat Conan, but he's going to make Conan tap out. He says that Zipbloc's a pretty impressive submission hold. But it has nothing against the right lock. And then he puts him in a submission hold that he just called the right lock.
Is it the same thing as the Ziploc?
It's the same exact thing as the Ziploc.
Nice.
Just named it something differently. It's got a little bit of a modification to it.
Nice.
After that, Randy Savage comes down to the ring, and he basically gloats about being the number one contender. Oh, he says it in as Randy Savage as he can. So, like, I've been to the mountaintop. I've been on the rocket fuel. It blasted me all the way to moon, and I saw the light. Randy Savage, Macho Man. Oh yeah, brother. I'm going straight to the top, cause I'm the cream of the crop. And then Jim Neidhart and Bret Hart come out, and they tell Randy Savage, the only reason you're number one contender is because you got lucky that Larry Zbyszko favors you and puts you in that match. We know you attacked Curt Hennig, and that's why we are coming to this ring to make you give up your number one contendership and give it to somebody who deserves it, like me. And Randy Savage says, "Oh no!" Macho Man is not giving up his shot at the world title. Yeah, brother. I'm gonna be Hulk Hogan, and I'm gonna make him my bitch. Oh, yeah. And then Sting comes down to the ramp with a baseball bat in hand and hits Jim Neidhart in the gut with it. And then Randy says, "How about you guys go to the back, and then later tonight you can come back out to the front and wrestle Macho Man and Sting." Oh, yeah. And then they do the Mega Powers handshake and then go to commercial.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, bro.
The Macho Man.
Macho Man Randy Savage. We go to commercial, we come back. Diamond Dallas Page defeated Bryan Adams with the Diamond Cutter in a B- decent little match. To be honest, I forgot Bryan Adams is even on my roster.
To be honest, we just booked this and I forgot we did.
Yeah. So Diamond Dallas is celebrating his win, and then while he's celebrating, Diamond Dallas music plays, but it's in like a different key, so it sounds a little bit enough for Diamond Dallas to be like, what the fuck is up with my music? And then Lex Luger comes out, and he's wearing yoga pants, and like a workout hoodie, and he says, "Everyone's asking me where I went the last few months. Well, it just so happened I was nursing an injury, and I was beaten, and I thought maybe it was time I hang it in, but then I discovered DDP yoga, and I put it on my television set, and I did the workouts, and it changed my life. I realized it's a big fucking joke." Crowd starts laughing. He says, "Diamond Dallas Page, your yoga program not only did not help my injury, but it made it worse. It took an extra month off my career. And the only reason I was even able to get back is because I invented my own workout system.
Oh, no.
Lex Luger Zumba." And he says, "So while everybody, I'm for a limited time, you can call my hotline 1-800-LEX-LUGER-ZUMBA, and I will not only buy your Diamond Dallas Page workout DVDs off of you, or VHS tapes, sorry, but I will take the VHS tapes and I will melt them and build a sculpture in my image, because I am the master of rehabilitation, the exercise guru. I'm the total package. I'm Lex Luger." And Diamond Dallas Page is just really confused, and he's just like, "I'm sorry, what?" And then he says, "You didn't like my DDP yoga workout program? Well, you're just one of the millions of people who have had their lives changed by DDP yoga. Listen, it's not your mama's yoga, but if you want to promote your Lex Luger Zumba tape, then that's fine. All right, but you're not gonna do it at my expense. All right." And then Lex Luger runs down to the ramp, hits him with the microphone, and then dances over him, doing some Zumba. And then we go to commercial.
No.
Not yet. Not yet. All right. And about that great wrestling and good heat, Eddie Guerrero in 6 defeated Rey Mysterio and Ric Flair. When Eddie Guerrero defeated Ric Flair with the Frog Splash, that got a B. Rey Mysterio had an 80. Eddie Guerrero had an 86. Ric Flair had a 90, and 6 had 72. So,
nice.
Perfect. Good little tag team match. After that match, Six and Rey, let's say, went to the back, brawled to the back, whatever, what have you. And then Chavo and Eddie got in the ring. Chavo dumped gasoline on Ric Flair. Eddie Guerrero kicked him in the balls and then threw a match on him, and then challenged him to a tag team match next week.
Eddie has a gimmick that is getting stale.
Oh, don't worry, he's gonna be the torch. He's gonna be the torturer with the torch next week.
Oh no.
In a superb match, Scott Hall defeated Curt Hennig in 11:35 with the Razor's Edge. Just a good little match.
Yeah, that happened. I forgot about it.
That happened, and then after the match, Kevin Nash comes out and challenges Scott Hall to a rematch at the pay-per-view.
And Scott Hall said, if you don't win, you have to switch your name from...
Hey, yo! You don't win that match against me, Nash. Your name's not going to be Big Cash Nash. It's not going to be Kevin Nash. It's going to be No Cash Nash.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
And we go in the main event.
And then the main event of the night in an exceptional match, Sting and Randy Savage defeated Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart in 9:36 when Bret Hart was disqualified when Hulk Hogan ran in and attacked Sting. This match also had a lot of interference from Horace Hogan, Buff Bagwell, Scott Norton, and finally the Big Show.
Yeah.
So that happened. Yeah. Bret Hart had an in-ring performance of 100.
Jim Hart and Neidhart, 66.
Jesus Christ. Can you imagine if I would have put like literally anybody else besides Jim Neidhart in there? Can you imagine if that would have been Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Oh well. And then to end the show, the whole NWO and Hart Foundation are standing over Sting and Randy, but I only focused around Sting and around Hogan and Bret because they're the only two that like say anything. Hogan says their match against Randy Savage is going to be a street fight, and then Bret Hart challenges Sting to a Iron Man match.
Oh, nice.
So, perfect. That ends the show. We have a B+. Did we tie this week?
Nah, you had an 87, I had an 85.
Ah, bitch!
Oh no.
All right, everybody, that was Nitro. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the show. Let me know what you're excited for. Let me know if you're gonna purchase a Lex Luger Zumba tape. And I am Chad Talks. He's Jmack Gaming. And remember, fuck JBL.